Hello, I'm Sam from Jessup Says. The focus of my channel is to share and educate on how to buy less, buy better. It's not necessarily about buying less things, it's about buying something that fits its purpose perfectly and serves you for as long as possible. In my continued search for the perfect OCBD, I've often heard that a vintage Brooks Brothers, the made in USA ones, are the pinnacle of the style, and it's probably because they invented the style in the first place. Sadly, living here in Australia, finding a half-decent shirt in a vintage store is unlikely, let alone finding something vintage or even made in America. A few years ago, I did find a somewhat modern made in USA Brooks Brothers shirt, but that's all the luck that I've had so far. What I have found though is what I think is the modern alternative to the original garment. The OCBD that may not have all the bells and whistles, but executes the simple details perfectly. Just like the original Brooks Brothers one, a garment that's not fancy, but it works across all occasions. Today, I wanted to talk about the Berg and Berg Ferdinand OCBD. Starting off with the details from the website, it is described as a shirt with a soft, unlined button-down collar. The fit is a classic fit with a box pleat locker room loop, and it's crafted from an Oxford cotton fabric. The details then are it is 100% cotton. They are mother of pearl buttons. The collar point length is 9.5 centimeters. The collar height is 4 centimeters. It of course features a locker room loop, a box pleat, a chest pocket. The fabric is actually woven in Portugal, and the garment itself is made in Portugal. At full price, you will pay 165 euros. Right now, that's on a fairly significant discount down to 83 euros, and at full price, that is 240 Australian dollars. Now, when I said in my intro that this is a simple shirt without any bells and whistles, one of the main bells or whistles that I was referring to is the cut, or rather the lack of hand cutting and hand sewing details, which would have put this shirt in direct competition with my Informale OCBD. Luckily, at over 100 Australian dollars less than that shirt, this shirt's cut and fit is actually fantastic. I took a size 41 in this shirt, and for reference, I did the same 41 in both Informale and Rubato. It's roughly in between a medium and a large, and that's what I am in most things. Immediately when I tried the shirt on, and every time I wear the shirt, I noticed that the sleeve length is really good. That may be a little bit of a weird thing to notice, but it means that there's no bunching on my arms, something that doesn't really bother me too much, but I know bothers some people. If you have particularly long arms, I suppose this may be an issue for you, but my arms are roughly normal length, so hopefully it fits most people. The cuffs fit my Omega really well without being too tight, which means that most watches should fit without any issues. Onto the actual fit of the body, and it again fits me really well. There's plenty of room across my chest and across my back, and the box pleat is no doubt doing its job very well. No, it doesn't have any of those hand cut elements, the hand sewn shoulders on the Informale, but it does fit extremely well. And honestly, it's very comfortable on the body. Once again, Berg and Berg have nailed the fit of this garment, and it's very wearable and very comfortable. There's not much more to say about cut. It really is a fantastic OCBD in terms of its cut. The fabric, on the other hand, is a very interesting detail of this garment. And the two things to me that are the main reason why I think that this shirt is most like a classic Brooks Brothers OCBD. Two of the qualities that make the fabric this way are the lack of the sheen and the size of the weave that is used. Unlike Informale and Rubato, which their fabrics have a bit of sheen to them, the Berg and Berg fabric is completely matte. This is probably down to the specific cotton that was used to weave the fabric, but the outcome is that the fabric looks much more sort of worn in. It's more relaxed and ultimately more sporty. Now, the OCBD may be the king of versatility in terms of shirts, but its origins will always be a sports shirt. And for how I personally wear them, a sports shirt is kind of what I like to use it as. No, I don't play sports in it. I can't really imagine wearing an OCBD to the gym, but I usually wear it in a more sporty context as opposed to a formal context. So in that context, this fabric is the most OCBD of the OCBD fabrics that we've seen so far. The other element is how fine the little squares are that make up the OCBD pattern. I'll attempt to show you here in the little cutaway video, but compared to the informale, which had both longer and wider threads and a more oval shape to the threads overall, and the rubato, which is a similar shape but sort of on a larger scale, the outcome of this very, very small, very, very sort of tight weave is a very comfortable fabric. Though I am a little unsure how it's going to perform in summer and in particularly hot weather. As it is an Oxford cotton, I can only guess that it will be very comfortable and breathable, as even though it is winter at the moment, the occasions that I've worn it, it's a very comfortable and breathable shirt. I'm also curious how the shirt is going to age in terms of its ability to be a formal shirt, and I'm going to test that out over the coming months and years by ironing it every now and then and not ironing it, I would say, most of the time, so to see how it traverses the range of formality that I would use an OCBD in. The final details are, of course, the classic OCBD details, like mother of pearl buttons and a locker room loop. It has a simple straight cut front pocket, there's no flap or sadly little boaty thing, but it is the simplest and most classic way to do it, and I like it. It's very Ivy, very simple. And then there's the collar itself, which is 4 centimeters tall, and the points come down 9.5 centimeters. This is the exact same measurement as the informale OCBD that I use, which I describe as having the perfect collar. So therefore, this also has the perfect collar, which is a key and essential detail to nail on an OCBD. So as you can hopefully see, this shirt is, in my opinion, the perfect all-around OCBD. It has all the details that matter, like mother of pearl buttons, a beautiful collar roll, which is combined with a great fabric and cut. It is in some ways the perfect OCBD, and at $100 cheaper than my informale one, it is offering it at fantastic value. In my current lifestyle, I don't have too many opportunities to wear a clean white t-shirt and a tie and a suit. But if I did, I would choose my informale OCBD in a heartbeat. In a more casual context, in a more relaxed setting, this Berg and Berg OCBD is the perfect OCBD. And like the informale, an extremely viable option for anyone out there who, like me, can't find a vintage made in USA Brooks Brothers OCBD, but want a garment that can do the same job and look just as good in 15 years' time. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and links are in the description as always. Cheers.